welcome back to Artifacts of the Past. Asked for episode 6, I believe. And I'm joined by the same cast of characters as before. I have Viking.
Michaeleen of Kaidala, at your service.
Nate. Nate.
Kain Volt.
I have Siren.
Estrella Palmer, it's nice to meet all of you.
And I have Dare.
Abe Volt, wonderful to meet you all again.
And soon to be someone new.
Greetings.
Well, that's ominous.
Jeez Louise.
Greetings. Jinkies.
Anyway, but until then and stuff, the new person will be quiet and observing the show. Oh, when we last left off, our wandering adventurers made their way to the city of Arathnika, sharing the name of the caravan Arathnika, and which said caravan is riding the beast named Arathnika. They've made their way across the desert, the scorching desert of the Alacrian wastes. It's coming in contact with the great sandworm and various other beasties of that hot desert place. Along the way there, they ended up coming across a stranger. A stranger that eventually revealed themselves as Sorrow. Sorrows helped Estrella Palmer with some backstory stuff. To put simply, and now we are in the town center of the city of Arathnika, with great joyous celebration as their beloved caravan has returned from their year-long journey. Much partying and merriment has been made. And what is the party wanting to do? Yes. Okay then. Anyone else? Oh, yes. Okay, so I think I know how I'll run this. So, Azo, the fire giant, blacksmith of the city of Arathnika, is...
He's the guy we got all the metal processed by, right?
Yes, he's the one who got that.
Okay.
Was that recorded?
Ah.
Colossal bullet.
It ate me.
Processed giant bullet shit.
Into a very dense material that was used...
Bleep that out.
Yeah, we gotta make it past 5 minutes without profanity. 10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes, like I said.
Right.
But cool question, do bleeps help or no? Okay, so we put.
So if I drop the F-bomb, you can bleep that out.
Fun!
You guys are such fun.
F is for friends.
F is for...
Okay, let's get move on. So, what particularly are you talking about? You guys been through the first ceremony of welcoming back the caravan? Irvan and Azo is kind of there's a little business he does have to attend to, but he is willing giving you a little bit of his time before.
What time of day is? The what?
The Seraphim. The great ship. Wait. Does the party know of it yet?
Party above...
I knew you were working on a ship. I didn't know what it was called.
In-game, they do not. So then I'm not going to say a thing about this. Oh, it is, lad. Just working on the last few finished detailings, and but I, I am currently, due to you being such a good friend of mine, as it gives you like a playful nudge, at least, each on the shoulder, or like pat on the shoulder with that. I'm currently installing a bit of a very special piece of equipment. At least, as all of a sudden stuff, this bug person walks out from behind him, kind of catching him off guard. Oh, Azzy, it's you. Oh, you caught me off guard. As both in your mind and stuff, you hear the voice. Hear this female voice in your head.
Question, what kind of bug person is this?
Thigh cream.
A what?
Thigh cream.
What is that?
What bug is a Vicrine?
Thigh cream. It's a T.
Vicrine.
Is it an ant? Is it a beetle?
Is it a praying mantis? Will she eat my head if I sleep with her?
Kind of.
Oh no!
I'm gonna say kind of praying mantis-esque.
No.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I can toss out an image if that would be beneficial.
Yes, please.
There, put up the image in post.
Michaeleen's deciding if he would like to riz up the insect.
Oh no, no. I just wanted to know because I'm a bard.
How long has it been?
He's gonna be getting
5
his
minutes.
removed.
Anyway.
Where's the chat? I can't find the chat.
Top right.
There's the chat. I'm on my phone.
Alright, that's a VC chat. I tossed out one image so you guys can get a rough idea of
that
the
thing.
cream. Yeah, thigh cream.
They can use like 4 weapons at a time, can't they?
Yeah, they have 4 arms. And just saying thigh cream is a legit playable race for D&D. Spelljammer book. One
So
thing
she can't. She got the mandible. She can't give you the hawk to a.
Yes?
Huh?
I said she got mandibles, so she can't really give you the hawk to a.
Well, put simply, with thigh cream, their mouths can make basically bug noises, so chitters and clicks, very easily. But to speak with other intelligent races, they actually use psionic energy and basically speak via mind to mind, basically. Anyway,
She's tickling your brain with sound with psychic.
And she does have a traditional look of a thigh cream, but a bit more of a slight beetle aesthetic with her, just slightly beetly. You can definitely notice that as you look upon her. She's looking, what you can see she's wearing is like some sort of like leather apron with like very simple dress clothes underneath.
I'll refrain from saying it.
Saying what?
No, she does not have any tatas or things of that nature.
No, I was gonna say eat the beetle.
Eat the beetle.
Fuck, that's a double entendre now.
Yep. You.
rat
No,
bastard.
Michaeleen will not be eating this beetle either.
We already had beetles in my campaign, so calm down.
Oh lord.
Yes, but they don't know that.
The beetle.
Anyways.
Spread it like an Oreo.
Okay, that's enough.
Anyways, she is slightly purple in hue, and it looks like her. It does look like she almost kind of has like a second set of mandibles than the base ones on her main face. Again, she has a very interesting look to her, but also she kind of looks friendly in nature with her general shaping. She is in a rough, different shades of purples and pinks.
Like she's from the Bugs Life movie.
In a sense, yes. In a sense, yes. And you can most certainly Abe, I'm gonna say with just your natural eye for detail,
Yeah.
I'm going to say that you can definitely tell that she is most likely his apprentice, or at least works with him to some degree.
Gotcha.
Anyway, back to conversation and stuff. Oh, greetings. My name is Az. But Ezo here calls me Azzy.
It's nice to meet you.
Are we all there at the moment?
No, it's currently Dare and Ezo.
Okay.
Dare, Dezo, and Azzy. You do see. I will say the party has noticed this Thicreen girl walk from behind Ezo, kind of catching off guard. And as she, to everyone else, it looks like she's just shivering and clicking and stuff with her mandibles and stuff. But somehow Dare's.
That's the sound I needed to hear.
A bit cuter sounding, but regardless. Yeah, and somehow Dare's like, or Abe's, anyway, Abe is understanding it.
Interesting way that you talk.
Yes, Thicreen are. We don't have the best mouths like you, so we make do with what we got. Luckily, the gods blessed us with the ability of telepathy, so we were able to communicate a bit more elegantly, or a bit more simply, in a sense.
Okay.
Simply. Most Thicreens, young Thicreens who raise up with people do, as she's like pointing to her mandibles and stuff, we do kind of learn, at least, that speaking without moving one's mouth is a bit rude from what we understand, so we move our mouth and stuff to give the illusion that we're speaking through it, but in actuality we are not. As you almost kind of get like a rough bug chuckle out of her.
I see. Alright.
Anyway, so, and you do know she is kind of like walking towards you just a little bit, kind of like, as she, like her antennae kind of like stopped flicking around, she kind of stopped looking you over, kind of almost doing circles, kind of like taking measurements. In a sense, she starts kind of like, I'm sorry, she gets a bit more twitchy now, as like hyper energy, like a hyperactive child in the sense, and something really, really cool they fascinate over. Azo's just told me a bunch about you and stuff, and he's been having you work on that little. She kind of looked around and kind of winked with her, and you see something really weird with her one of her compound eyes for a second, where it almost looks like from top to bottom you just see these two lines from top to bottom just arise and merge. It is like all the eyes on her compound eye blink simultaneously together. It's super weird looking, but cool nonetheless.
If it's a compound eye,
They wouldn't
blink. If anything, it'd be sort of like how when you look at a praying mantis, it has sort of those false pupils that sort of follow you everywhere you look at it.
Yeah, it'd certainly be interesting.
Put this way. She does the equivalent of a wink that Thicreen can give.
Probably like something with the antenna.
Yeah. Anyways, and just and when I heard that you made it to the city and stuff, I just couldn't help but come say hi. Azzy, I've told you about this. Say hi to the person first before you start taking measurements. I'm sorry, she's my pupil, and as you can see, she's rather energetic.
No, of course, that's fine.
She like grabs one of your arms, stretches it outward and stuff.
Oh
Get a
god.
better look at it. Sorry, just I had to get a better look at this.
Just
and she
caught
still
me
like
by surprise.
Azzy. Okay, that is it. You see him kind of reach over and with like two fingers and stuff pick her up by like her back shell. Just pick her up and stuff and toss him on like his shoulder. Azzy, you have to be more polite when dealing with new people and stuff. I'm used to you being poking and prodding and stuff, but he doesn't, okay? A little mellow. Yes, master.
Michaeleen's going to walk over to Ezo.
Eso. You said you knew Olviti, right?
Oh, yes, I remember, lad. Here, follow me. The rest of you might as well come along as well. Oh, you guys are gonna be getting added to it anyways.
I hear a wee woo wagon.
Hmm?
I heard a siren.
Ah,
Anyway,
the
It
party.
was
Probably
from one of
not
your
yet.
guys' mic.
anyway. But Ezo begins walking with Azzy on his shoulder as he starts leading you guys to a different section of the of this area and stuff. As you see multiple like stone walls with what look like to be small square medallions, metal medallions, kind of pasted all throughout them at least, and they are like massive. There are multiple rows of them, in fact, kind of curving around this area you were in. At least, it's very simple. Looking around, you guys notice that each one of them has names and dates. It's particular people who are here, and some of them do. These medallions do have what look like to be a small little bar that goes on the top edge corner with like two little hinges on the other side, and you can see some of them have been flipped over with like a dark marking, at least, of a bit of a dark patch with a moon carved into it. What's covering up what looks like to be the symbol of a sun underneath, at least.
What do those symbols mean? The one covering the sun.
To put simply, they are no longer with us. Their sun has set. They are the past members, the past children of the nest that unfortunately are no longer here, or we haven't heard from them in a long time, and we presume as much. We assume and hope and pray that the ones we haven't heard from will come back one day, but we do not control them. They are their own people. People at least. And you see,
Hey.
and as he's walking around, and Michaeleen, put simply, this one is his, as he's pointing to Helveti's, and the moon has not been set on the sun, and the sun is still shining. Typically, tradition is for familial or close familial ties to put it down. Now, if you'd like, or I can do it.
No. It's fine. I'll do it.
He walks over and he gingerly places his hand. He runs his hand over Helveti's name, sort of like feeling his name.
Yes.
He-
With the Sorry, I interrupted, but yes, his name is carved into the mace, so you can feel each individual later on your fingertips.
He takes a deep breath and slowly lets it go as he bows his head, and he shifts the moon over the sun.
Olviti would tell me stories of his adventures here. He told me the first time he came here, he was a young man. Told me the most impressive thing here was the library of Arathnika. Said that it had many things from even before the collapse. I would like to see it.
Put like my hand on her shoulder. Let's go take a look.
Absolutely. I'll make it note. I'll make sure. Azzy, can you make sure these gentlemen can make it, take them to the library, and show them around while you're at it. And when you get done, take them back to my workshop, at least. Abe, I have something, I would like to show you the progress I've made on your little project, and Michaeleen, I think I might have something for you. But it'll take me a minute to get it uncovered.
Thank you.
You're
Look
welcome.
forward to it.
As he kind of looks towards Helveti's tag and gives a gesture, a bit of a bow of paying respect as he proceeds to walk away. As his loud footsteps slowly fade into the noise of the city.
Past 10 years ago. 10 years. I still feel the pain as if it were just yesterday.
Michaeleen raises his head and he looks over to Azzy.
Where is
She kind of perks up when you do.
the great library of Arathnika?
Is Nate asleep?
Sounds
Oh, is
like
that what that is?
I was like, dude, it's a fucking vacuum cleaner saw.
Oh boy.
I cast sleep upon.
Okay.
So I suppose
No, we are continuing. We already started. We are fucking
no, I
continuing.
know.
it doesn't seem right to continue.
I
with
suppose
him. He's
Michaeleen
snoring.
looks at this bug lady and asks her to take them to the library.
Oh, yes. And you get the same thing that Nate was talking before. You hear a voice within your head. At least. But it looks like she is speaking with her mouth.
Hmm.
So it feels weird. Kind of, I think the best way to describe it is...
The best way to describe it is like one of those old
Lip
kung
syncing.
fu
Yeah.
movies
Yeah,
where
with
you
lip
see the
syncing.
lips move and then like half a second later the translation is played.
Mm-hmm. It's odd, but watchable.
What are you doing here? You will not understand.
I am you.
I am you. You are me. He is me. I am you.
God.
That whole shtick. Anyway,
Yes.
library.
So she quickly kind of, her carapace opens up and she flaws her wings a little bit as it proceeds to close as she begins leading you down onto the library. This way, please. And she's kind of bouncing from side to side just a little bit. At least as you begin getting led down the street pathways. And as you guys go, this city is, if I could say one word to best describe it, welcoming. You guys are occasionally, you guys are individually and sometimes grouply kind of getting stopped for a few seconds, and random citizens and people are just walking up to you saying, welcome to the city. At least, welcome to the family, welcome to the nest, and various phrases of that nature. And they are speaking in multiple languages at you and stuff when they say it. But what welcoming, warm, hospitable are multiple phrases and thoughts that come to your mind as you are walking through the city. The cacophony of noise is still rather great, but it has diminished a little bit. Celebrations, dust, fireworks, celebratory things are still happening all around you. At least. Much drinking and merriment has been had as you guys walk. Along... Oh, yes?
Olviti would say that the library has lots of literature that could help a spellcaster. He'd always say that he wanted to bring me and a shard here so that we could further our education in the ways of the weave, but never had the chance.
Well, and Azzy, with a bit of a again, she just didn't really read she's not really reading the conversation right now, with like a bit of like a cheery attitude and stuff. Well, at least now you have the opportunity now, since you're here. Chirp. And the library itself has a good number of books on said subjects. My personal ones are on arc forging.
What is arc forging?
Do you? Oh, you don't know about the mate? Like the second you mention that and stuff, she stops mid-step, spins around on a dime, and kind of like almost pressing forward, all four arms kind of like clutched together and stuff in chest. You don't know about arc forging? It's like the best kind of forging in the entire world. It's a crafting technique altogether. The forges alone burn harder than anything, even hotter than dragon's breath. And along with that, the forges themselves take forever to get a deal. And the biggest challenge and stuff is actually being able to light at one's own forge. And then weapons and the sheer craftsmanship of the thing. And she stops rambling on and on about arc forging.
And she's just rambling as she's walking, and
she's walking perfectly backwards, by the way.
Just using the back portion of her eyeballs.
Yeah. And she does comment stuff with like the end of her speech and stuff. And the best, that's most gracious is arc blacksmith of his mons is Azo, rolls off his full name and stuff. Greatest blacksmith in all the world, as all four of her arms are outstretched.
Oh god.
Michaeleen has the same face that Zim had after Gur did the Doom song for 6 months straight.
Here, let me properly find the GIF for it, if I can.
Unnecessary.
Extra
Dare will put it in. Dare will put it in.
Dare, I'm
post.
sorry. It looked like you put. I'm sorry, Dare. It looked like you just sucked on a sour line for a few seconds.
Press X to doubt.
Here we go.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh my god, I love it. I will be using
Gur,
that.
would you please
put that
stop
in the-
singing?
You'll put it in post.
I'll put it in post.
You guys eventually make your way eventually do make your way there. And I will say this, you guys do get occasionally stopped and you've been given like bits of food, drinks, things of that nature along the way. And since, well, it's party time. Drink up.
It's party time.
Alright, so are we at the library yet?
Yes, you guys are actually at the gate of the library. And as you guys were going to the library, you guys were walking down a set of stairs. I will say, kind of feels like you guys are walking into a bunker, kinda.
Okay.
Bunker, since the staircase goes all the way up and you can still see the skyway going down and down. As you kind of open up to a small courtyard that leads into this, like, archway into the stone of, like, a massive library.
Are you gonna, like, what's the overall construction of this library? Like, is it got pillars? Is it got like a grand cathedral looking thing? What's it? Describe this place for us.
It does have a bit of a grand.
Paint the picture for us, Mr. DM.
Please paint a picture for us.
Fine. I'll paint y'all a picture. Now shut up.
For us, Mr. DM.
Oh my
Please
god.
paint us a picture, Mr. DM. We just want to know what it sounds like.
All right, now shut up and sit down. I'm trying to paint y'all a picture. So,
Yay, pretty colors.
So, if any of y'all ever played Skyrim, particularly for the Dragonborn DLC, and entered any of the, you guys ever play Skyrim and play that DLC?
No.
When you guys go back to Morrowind? Darren knows what I'm talking about, at least.
He'll flash a picture.
Oh.
Anyway, but basically it does kind of have a bit of an arched design going over this large doorway. When you guys enter it, though, there are the bookshelves. There are multiple bookshelves and multiple rows all around this place, and like this is like a grand library. So like books as far as the eye can see for right now.
All out in the open?
Only again, this is like a library. So anyone's like you see people in here walking around, grabbing books, looking around, and various things of that nature. I will say there are a degree of strongly beetle-themed thigh cream, which are tending to the books, moving them around, organizing, dusting, cleaning, things of that nature. Angel, they are touch more weevil-esque for beetles. So these beetles are fairly rounded, and they are kind of walking on kind of gorilla-esque style, where with their long arms, kind of walking on the knuckles a little bit, but when they're climbing, they're using it out. And they have very, very, very long noses. They have little antenna on the ends sometimes. And stuff. We're talking like noses about yay long or so.
Now, where's Wang Shitong?
I do not know.
Wang Shitong's library? Avatar? Come on. Besides, there's bugs all around. A giant owl would definitely be snacking.
Yeah, but then we would get our asses kicked. Because let's be honest. One of
that owl was a dick.
Yeah.
And the owl was a bit of a dick.
Yeah, kinda. But
anyway,
is there a librarian around?
Not that you can see at least. People just seem to be wandering around looking through the books.
It's a free-range library.
Well, I'm going to have Michaeleen is going to go off on his own, kind of try and find some stuff on arcane stuff. Like you only get to learn 4 spells in first level, and 3 in second level, but you can learn more if you get it externally. So I'm looking for spells. Specifically, I'm looking for True Strike and Knock.
And Estrella's doing the same, except she's looking in regards to pendants.
I'm looking for anything I can shove into a magical object. Or a non-magical object and toss it at people.
You could also look for because Michaeleen did say that Holviti said there was some information from back before the collapse, maybe some schematics or something.
I'm gonna look into any information they have about before the collapse.
Good. As you guys individually kind of break up and start looking around, each one of you kind of taking your own way. Okay. Ozzy actually follows Michaeleen around, at least, and sticks with Michaeleen as you begin to wander. Quite the deal. But for Estrella and Abe, as you guys wander around, you spend like maybe the first 15 minutes just kind of looking around, looking through books and stuff, as both of you are approached by individually approached by a weevil, and they kind of look at you a little bit, and then kind of give a gesture like, follow me. You feel like when they will look at you, you do feel like a slight head tremble and stuff, like mind reading or something, but it was very light. Not intrusive, not too a deal and stuff, but almost kind of like, I know what you're looking for. Follow me.
Okay.
Sort of this goes on in your head.
I follow the little beetle. The little weevil beetle.
So, just walked into the world's biggest library. A small little beetle walked up to me and my head started tingling. Of course I'm gonna follow it.
Anyway, so are you actually gonna follow the beetle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just digging around.
Anyway, so you proceed to follow the beetle and stuff, and And you start trekking for a good bit through the library, Abe, as you follow this weevil. Estrella, as you are wandering through the library, you seem to open up into a section which actually has a few small artifacts lying around them, things of that nature, like a very small museum piece that they have set up with visual aids along with books and little plaques to describe things. They'll basically have a plaque in front of the item giving a rough description, and then basically the shelf or little stand that holds it up actually is a bookcase all the way around filled with books about that item or things like this item's from this time period and here's a bunch of shit on that time period and stuff about how this item was used and yada yada yada. It's really interesting as you start looking around. Michaeleen, on the other hand, you begin looking through around and you begin looking around and you get a feeling almost like
from my tattoo?
More so from your gut, like you feel like something's off for some reason. As you're like walking around, at least, you were hearing like footsteps and creaking of people walking around the stone room, but all of a sudden that shit kind of starts to fade, at least around you, as like it almost becomes like you can only hear your own footsteps, and even they're ghostly quiet.
About bug lady that's following me.
Have you looked behind you?
Sure, I'll look behind me.
No one's there. In fact, it doesn't really feel like you're in a library anymore.
Okay.
As you start hearing the sound around you, what, like, you hear nothing, but then all of a sudden you hear like the sound of like a kind of moving around you in like slow bursts almost. You hear it trickle and then just the sun as it shifts. You hear that happen like maybe 3-4 times around you.
Like it sounds like is it sounding like bookshelves are shifting around me?
No, not even bookshelves. It sounds completely different. The closest would be maybe like wind almost.
The books are moving.
The books are living.
The books are coming.
I'm gonna do a quick detect magic.
Sure.
But let's roll for that. Is that an Arcana check?
Yeah, that would be Arcana.
Okay, and I add +3 to Arcana. That is a 9 plus 3, 9, 10, it's 12.
Okay. The most you can get, this is a magical entity, and it's not living.
Living. That could mean undead, could mean a lot of different things. What does my gut tell me? My instincts as a monster hunter tell me.
Your gut's just giving you like bad, like we're in trouble, like confused, scared, not in a good location, and lots of shit of that nature. It's like bad. I'd get the fuck out.
Okay. First thing, Michaeleen is going to pull his hood up and go invisible.
When you pull your hood up, you dawns over you, and it doesn't work. You see the cloak still, and it isn't turning invisible. You don't feel the magic going through it.
Okay.
As all of a sudden, and then that wispiness kind of disappears for a second, and you hear a laugh. A very deep, bellowy laugh you heard many years ago. At least, you know this laugh.
Michaeleen's going to take his hood down and draw his sword.
As you go to do that, you feel a hand on your shoulder. Michaeleen, are you okay?
He looks over his shoulder.
As you look around, as he's there, she's kind of giving a concerned bug look, and you see that you're back in the library with like a couple of weevils next to you, and so kind of confused.
Michaeleen's eyes are slits, like
yes, you have
very
cat's eyes, so they can be slits when you're
agitated cat. His tail's a little puffed out, and his hand that's gripping onto his sword. His claws are digging into the leather of the blade.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I heard something.
I heard nothing. Az replies in concern.
You were here the whole time, right?
Yeah, we were walking by, then all of a sudden you stopped walking and stopped moving altogether. Your breathing picked up, and then you about drew your sword on a random bookcase. I don't know what the bookcase did, but apparently it pissed you off.
Michaeleen's going to investigate this bookshelf. That's a 14, plus my investigation is plus 3, 14, 15, 16, 17.
You walk over to the bookshelf and kind of do a bit of a thorough look, kind of tossing a few books. You hear a few disgruntled clicks from the two weevils nearby as you kind of make a little bit of a mess. You look at this thing thoroughly, and you can tell that's a bookshelf made of stone, solid as rock.
What's in, I'm going to investigate, like, the books themselves. Like, is there...
The books themselves are normal as well.
There's nothing of arcane...
Nothing. Nope, nothing.
There's nothing? He's gonna touch the back of the bookcase to see if there's a hidden lever or switch somewhere.
Cold to the touch, and you don't feel anything.
Michaeleen's going to start putting the books back.
I'm sorry, I thought there was something here that there's not.
One of the weevils kind of gives a few more disgruntled clicks as it proceeds to walk away. The other one kind of walks over and starts putting the books back with you.
Excuse me, I don't know your name or even have one, but I'm looking for things of arcane nature. Spells. The inner workings of how to cast them and whatnot. I have a few in mind that I would like to learn.
The weevil is gonna kind of lean back on its back legs and stuff, and with its hands is a kind of like talking sign language in a sense. And as he translates and stuff, she asked what kind.
Specifically, I'm looking for either a scroll that will teach me the inner workings of how to cast True Strike, the cantrip, along with enhanceability and knock.
She said, she begins signing again and as translates. She says those books are in different locations, but if you'd like, I can wait, you could wait in the lobby, and she could get them for you. Easy enough. Plus, you could probably use a little air. The section you're on doesn't get much air crossbreeze and stuff, so the air here's a little stale sometimes.
I think that would be best for me. Thank you. I may have another that I may have learned soon, but we'll get back to that.
The weevil proceeds to start. The weevil actually starts climbing on the bookshelf and stuff and starts looking around for books and kind of. The bookshelves are set up with a fairly wide gap and stuff, but with the very long arms of the weevil, they actually can basically reach onto one bookshelf, reach out to the other one, and basically they can climb all throughout this library without any hindrance. They can literally reach from one bookshelf to the other. And I will say this, the bookshelves have basically holes within basically the side walls and the little flats underneath. Evenly spaced down stuff as little toe holes for the weevils. And if you look at them, you can tell that they have been worn in and not put in directly. Excellent stuff. That this library's been around so long that they've worn in perfectly placed toe placements and stuff, and grip hole, hand holes for themselves.
I know.
So very old ass library.
Anyway, but I'm tired. I've got to go to bed, or I'm gonna just follow cars.
So then, there, for you, after traveling into the deeper sections
I
of
gotta
the,
get up.
into the
On Sunday. Oh, I'm just so tired. I just want to be able to sleep until I'm ready to get up. But Monday, I've got to get up and be to the office to do craft aid and money.
Okay,
can you mute your mic, please? Thank you.
Go ahead and start the segment that you were talking about when they started talking.
So, after you, Abe, after traveling with the Weevil for a little bit, you end up getting to the deeper section of the library. Where you can see the books kind of shift, where the books shift from hard leather-bound books and scrolls to what looked like to be very soft, like paper clippings and things of that nature, to where in a sense, the knowledge itself kind of shifts the way it was stored for the time period, at least. And most of the knowledge you see, the shelves are fairly light, with very few items on them. Most of them in very paper scrolls, soft things, very, very, very few hardcover books. But there are one or two of them, maybe every other bookshelf.
So, I'm gonna grab like the first book I see and just take a quick gander, through it.
Okay. Roll me percentile chance.
Let me get my map. I haven't even rolled the dice yet, so I don't know how loud this is gonna sound. Okay. That is 48.
48. I'm gonna say. Anyway, I'm going to say you grab a book. It's a fairly small book. It is hardcover. It's basically a book of like old world plants, biology, things of that nature. Just simple things that they used to have. It's like best ways to like. It's like a book how to tend exotic plants for the old world. At least, and at most, it might give a bit of a slight look into like culture, like maybe what people were doing in their houses and stuff, like decoration floor wise, like what was popular at the time, things of that nature.
I'm gonna put that book
but
back on the shelf, and
yeah,
I'm guessing probably the closest thing would be a scroll.
Yes.
I'll pick that up and take a look at it.
As you proceed to look at the scroll, you can see it is basically more so of accounting and stuff of previous knowledge that was discovered of it, and this dude basically wrote down what he read and stuff on a scroll. His personal, basically gave his thoughts on it, but basically did a roughly verbatim Asian copying of what it said, and it was more so talking about. Roll me percentile chance again.
God damn it. 31.
31. It goes into stone carving a little bit, and how with some like old, basically archaeological findings from the old world. How just some interesting stone carvings of like ancient, like robots, constructs. Don't really know. Again, very rough.
Oh, good. The critiques review, and he isn't very good at it. Wonderful.
Well, no. Critiques review and stuff, but he did a verbatim translate of what he found. And again, from the verbatim translation, what he did doesn't really give much information.
Like I said, not very good at it. Okay. I'll set that down and look at the next one.
Okay. Next one is actually in a you grab a scroll tube this time. You open it up, and this time I'll be generous and something just give you a good one.
Okay.
Or you can roll.
That's up to you.
So, as you open this one up a little bit and start looking at it, you can tell it's actually like a similar writing of the stone history things, but roll me a investigation check on it.
It's 14. This is... Alright, 21.
This paper is actually written from someone from the old world, so this thing's at least 400 years old and stuff, and not just a copy of old world papers. So you did kind of get lucky with this one. You start reading it, and it kind of goes over the stone findings again, but this time it's describing in much better detail how the head city was as they were discovering and stuff, as the city was built, that the city itself was actually kind of built on another city in a sense. They don't know how, what exactly, but they're pretty sure that there must have been a secondary city that got built on top of the main city. They don't know how or why, but
this was the main city, right?
No, capital city. The capital city of the world.
Capital city.
Yeah.
Capital city of what did you say the name of the capital city was?
I think I never gave it a name yet.
Let's call it Cyrus.
Hold on. I think Nate and I actually came up with a name for it.
You guys from there?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot.
I'm scrolling to find it again.
This is why I like bookmarking shit.
Techioid.
Shit. Techioid.
Heard. Techion.
Techion. Capital city of Techion. I'll allow it. I'll say the city has many names, but that was the one you knew it by. Is that reasonable?
That's fine.
Sure. Capital city of Techion.
I didn't know that my hometown was built on another city. I wonder if it's still there.
You kind of pondering that for a moment, and then you kind of put two and two together. Well, the city got blown to rat shit. Whatever underneath it must have got blown to rat shit too. So.
On second thought, maybe no.
It does go into detail that details with the discoveries and stuff that they were found with stone murals of like ancient peoples having some sort of disagreement with like another people's group at the time, but you don't know what exactly. From what you're reading and stuff, the person writing this down doesn't even have much of a clue because they don't have much context of these. They just made these discoveries recently.
Recently, with air quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn shame I'm never going to be able to investigate this more. Sounds like it would have been interesting.
You do see a bit of a pendant and stuff that just like a bit of like just a personal thought, just hope that at next engine they're talking about will work.
Engine.
Referring to the news piece and stuff, when thing and stuff, it did basically a big thing that kind of caused the collapse was power drainage or power usage. So you presume it was referring to one of those generators.
Is it
Don't know which
talking
one.
about the ones that overloaded? Interesting. Wonder if there's any more here. I'll put that down and look at the next one.
Okay. You begin looking through, getting bits and pieces and a bit more history of the world from behind. You do kind of get bits and pieces of like how the world shifted and changed. You find a piece actually talking about Mandex and of the great civil war that happened during the collapse.
Oh shit.
And particularly of the other faction calling themselves Virillians. Aliens. You read into it a little bit, and then you kind of look at your world map, and then realize, oh shit, yeah, that's right. Because basically there is basically towards the southern end of Mandex, there's a mountain range, and you can look on this on the world map, and on the other side of that mountain range,
world map up on screen.
Okay, there it goes. Give me a second.
So
yeah, it basically has. Yeah, so that southern mountain range on the southern side of it and stuff was basically taken by the rebels, the southern rebels of Mandex, which are calling themselves Virillians, which ended up becoming the nation of Viril.
You gotta go potty? Hey, sis.
Yep.
Take him out.
I'm not doing anything in the campaign anyway.
We're gonna go back to her, but okay. We were gonna ask what she was doing after we got done with Dare, but okay.
We'll get to that in a moment. Well, that explains why Mandex and Viril are separate countries right now.
Does he find anything about how the Alacrian wastes, the breadbasket of the world of the original Alacria, how it was completely green before the massive explosion?
The explosion that destroyed everything.
Because if I'm correct, okay, pause. Correct. If I'm correct and stuff, story-wise, you were basically put on ice or in storage or chilling and stuff while the beams were hitting. Correct.
So that's what happened while the beams were hitting. Technically, if you look at the map, and you're looking at the Ankori Reef, close to where that anchor was where our parents' secondary lab was.
Yeah.
But it was more so on the larger island, kind of next to it.
This thing?
No, the more triangle shaped, closer to the Ankori Reef.
Oh, this thing? Or that one?
Okay. Next one over.
The bigger
This
one.
one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
That's where the secondary lab was that I was being stored, and where most of the experiments were held because it wasn't safe to do them in the city.
Yes.
So when the collapse happened, my storage chamber actually got damaged, which is why
Would pop you out.
Which is why Abe was alive for 400 years, not able to do very much.
Yeah. Okay, and so gotcha.
And he was waiting for Kain that whole time, so he didn't actually try to cross the river.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he doesn't know much about the whole world, even though he's been in it the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then. So I'm going to say then would your parents teach you of the world, outer world, or was it more so focused on experiment?
So Abe has a fairly good education. He studied with his parents and all that, and they taught him as many things as they could really while they were alive. During those 400 years, he read more of their books, more of their studies. So he knows pretty much everything about what they were doing and how to do it. He just doesn't want to recreate any of it.
Gotcha. I will say this, you also, I'm going to say you were lucky enough to get a history book. So you have a basic understanding of history, at least in geographic things. So actually, you would technically, I think you would kind of know that the Alacrian Garden, Alacria used to be known as the Alacrian Garden. It's not the Alacrian Wastes.
Yeah.
So for you, that was a bit of a surprise.
What are you in here? What are you
As
doing?
when you're traveling through this place.
Hmm?
As you kind of start reading about it, and then you kind of look geographically and you realize,
Hold on.
fuck.
Your dad's in the study where your sister is.
Yeah. Anyways,
You want
I
to
just
just
can't.
mute Estrella?
I mean, I can, yeah.
Shoot her a DM, tell her when she gets back to request to be unmuted.
Anyways, so as you kind of start looking around, piecing together and stuff, Alacrian Wastes out of them all, besides Quarry Reef, got devastated because you remember that it used to be the Great Baskets and stuff, and that there used to be like almost like you don't know exactly, but you heard that they had some form of like animal, like some form of beast that was really good at tending to the gardens that was helping them out. You don't know what exactly, but yeah.
Interesting.
Which kind of brought some interest and surprise. You begin looking around, and I'll give you one more percentile chance roll. This time I'll make it 50-50. So basically 50 and above of you succeed, not, then no.
Wow. Well, my luck is not shit yet. I got a 52.
52. Okay then. You managed to find one last scroll, but you grab another scroll tube and stuff, but when you pick it up, you feel it's a little heavier, and you realize it's not a scroll tube. It's a blueprint case.
This is interesting.
Okay. As you pop it open, it gives rough designs for a flying craft. With the design of this, it looks like it could basically some sort of plane in a sense, or a vehicle designed to fly, which from your time period, from what you know, was not really a thing back in the day.
Interesting. This must have been someone's prototype. Or at least plans for one.
The design...
Is Abe close to the courtyard front area where Michaeleen went out to get air?
He is in the deeper section of it because they put all the old world stuff in the back, basically, to keep it safe.
Okay. So, well, Michaeleen's not going to interrupt him. Okay.
Yeah. And as you start looking at it, the design itself looks workable. You could, going off the basis of the design stuff, gives full specs on how to build this thing. It can come to, looks like it does have two versions were designed in the tube. One of it was basically just commercial use or just personal use, and the other one was militarized. So it does have some very simple weapon configurations, particularly for like light missiles to bombs and light firearms or cannons. It would be a light fighter.
Interesting. This could definitely come in handy.
And I will give you a rough sketch and design of it later. Estrella, as you look around, at least you see a myriad of small artifacts, masks, jewelry, ori, daggers here and there.
What was she
pottery
looking
fragments.
for in the library, though?
Is the Weevil still nearby?
Several are, in fact. The one that led you to this location is still near you and stuff, and there are about 3 more tending to the various books and artifacts.
And Estrella's still been going through the emotions, and she says, "Listen, I just need a pendant, you know, something to disguise myself, as it were. Do you know where I might be able to find things like that?"
Did you find a Weevil that actually talks? And if so, make it sound like Sean Connery.
I cannot do that voice.
You can't do a Sean Connery voice, can you?
I just can't. It kind of points to you.
The name's
It points
Weevil. James Weevil.
Oh, Lord.
And I like my sugar water shaken, not stirred.
Alright, sorry.
Anyway, it basically kind of points to you and stuff up, and kind of covers its a part of its face and stuff, kind of like it's wearing a mask.
More like, and I make a motion sort of all around my body, like all over.
A disguise.
It kind of nods a little bit, kind of does this, points to you and basically says, "Follow me," as it proceeds leading you to a different location.
And I follow it more.
As it starts leading you through, it actually kind of, you look at it and you actually can see Michaeleen near the front courtyard and stuff, as it's kind of leading you to somewhere else in the city, not in the library.
This wasn't what I was expecting, but I still don't feel comfortable being with the rest of the party, so alright. And I continue to follow the Weevil. In. Staying in the office.
Anyway, the Weevil's kind of walking by and stuff. And Michaeleen, are you very your character, is he very deep in his own personal thoughts, like what the fuck was that, or is he still like keeping aware of his surroundings?
He's very much in his own head right now.
Okay.
Just kind of processing what he experienced. For one, that laugh gives him nightmares, and more than likely he's going to have a nightmare tonight.
You know what, Michaeleen, roll my percentile real quick.
Alright. 56.
56. As you got, anyway, Estrella, as you're walking by, at least you actually bump shoulders with a person that's sitting down. You kind of look down and see that it's Michaeleen. And Michaeleen, you look around and see it's Estrella.
Estrella looks away immediately.
Yeah.
Michaeleen really still doesn't want to talk to her right now, but
that's what she's expecting.
He's going to give her just a blank cat stare and just like sort of nod his head in acknowledgement of her.
Michaeleen, you will see a little bit of movement, at least as like the two Weevils kind of stop, notice each other. They kind of look at each other and like sign a little bit to one another, and then it's like, as he kind of sees that, it's like just kind of like swipes away, like, don't say that, don't be rude, or like
the emo one. I'm stuck with the emo one. You're helping one find jewelry in a library.
No, I'm just kidding.
And
okay, above board.
Pretty common in ancient libraries, so that's actually pretty.
Anyway, to put something above once of the two weevils and stuff kind of nodded in agreement and stuff after kind of looking at each other. They are, and they basically were just agreeing on lovebirds.
And Estrella saw the nod from
just
the
weevils being weird.
And she gives the smallest nod as well.
And the weevil kind of gives you another wave. Sis, as it proceeds to start walking again.
And she follows the weevil.
And you kind of disappear into the city a little bit.
Oh, the weevils took her
Estrella?
out. The weevil took her out of the library.
Yep.
Put simply and stuff, the weevils take the weevil knows and stuff what she's currently looking for is not in the library. The weevil's taking to her place and stuff that helps fit what she's looking for a bit better.
Yeah, bud, I love you. Gosh.
Nice. All right.
Again, the weevils are there to serve.
Perspective. Whose perspective are we now on? We staying with Estrella, or are we going someone else?
I think we're gonna go to you, Michaeleen, and then hop back over to Dare.
And then back to Estrella.
Okay.
So as you see Estrella kind of walk away, a few minutes go by and just you see people walking in and out. As he kind of walks over and just kind of leans, intended down the whole like sad puppy dog motif of, are you okay?
Who's speaking to me now?
The bug.
Azzy.
Azzy.
I thought I heard something in the library. I don't want to talk about it right now.
Oh, I see. She like pokes her fingers together and stuff, just trying to think of something. Would liquor help? Or food, maybe?
Honestly, yeah. But are you allowed to bring such things into this library?
No, but there's actually a place fairly close by and stuff that serves decent food. We could stop by there real quick. It can get my treat.
Is she trying to hit on Michaeleen?
No. She's just a very nervous little uggy around things. And she sees that she kind of takes the mentality and stuff. The friend of my friend and stuff is my friend as well. So it's like, yeah, your friend and to Robot Man and his friend to my boss or teacher and stuff. So yeah, kindness.
My friend's friend is also my friend.
Exactly.
Okay.
So she's just trying to be nice and kind of deal, and she understands that you're going through something, and she's just trying to do the best she can help.
I appreciate the offer, but I am still waiting for the weevil to bring me the studying material that I requested.
Understandable. Now we move over to Dare, and as you're kind of looking through, at least you start seeing, you look into the scroll case a bit more, and you find another one, but it's triangular shaped, and you're pretty sure and stuff it's a triple. It has like, it's another blueprint case, but it's like one that could hold 3 blueprints and stuff. One. As you start looking into it, it starts going into like, and you just happen to get lucky with this, at least organization-wise, because that has similar blueprints, very, very, very similar blueprints, if not basically more diagrams on that aircraft, at least.
Well, isn't this a stroke of luck?
As it goes both into, it basically goes into a bit more final detail, particularly of the engine systems, piloting, auditing, in its weapons, along with basically the other 2 scroll cases go into basically its munitions, particularly for the explosive and bullets, and of its basically light machine guns. Where's my...
I see how useful this could be now.
So you start kind of looking through it and stuff, the Weevil. Anyway, the Weevil kind of walks over to you, kind of seeing it. At least, kind of...
Do you have anything else like this? Like blueprints?
It kind of nods its head and stuff, but it just looks like it's just lifting its nose up and down at you. As it proceeds to kind of... you see it kind of like walk over to what looks like to be a storage chest as it kind of flips the lid open as its two very long arms kind of scoop up like about like 20 or 30 different like scroll tubes and papers and stuff. Put out your feet. As fucking
Weevil,
Abe looks at...
I'm gonna need you to turn the other way.
Just puts his hand up like, okay. Shifts around.
Just grabs every single one of these and shoves them in a sack. Oh no, they mysteriously disappeared. I don't know where they are.
We will... Roll me a bluff check. Roll me a fucking bluff check.
With disadvantage, because that's...
Fuck! Wait, hold on. Maybe I can save it.
I'm sure that they have some old world photocopier that he can use. But it might be out of cyan.
It's covered in moss.
I don't know why I'm doing this. Abe has photographic memory. 7.
The Weevil just kind of looks at you and stuff and just kind of puts one of its hands up.
Fine. I just take out the bag and dump it upside down.
Its proverbial eyebrows kind of raised just a little bit.
Proverbial eyebrows, aka its antenna, raised to a slightly different angle.
Yeah. They go straight up.
But then it kind of shakes it off and stuff, and then kind of gives you like that one eyebrow raise and stuff, like gives that slight head tilt.
Raise, like
all of it.
Fine. I'm gonna open up my jacket and like 5 more fall out.
Does it like 2 more times and stuff. You shake out every last bit.
Jesus.
And one last one, and he opens up that chest compartment that Bender has.
Son of a bitch.
And then it kind of walks over to you one last time and pulls out the last one out from your back pocket with its own hand.
You literally pulled the scroll out of your ass.
God damn it. I knew. I thought you would know about that one.
It proceeds to reach around and stuff, unclip a little, 2 little buttons on the deal, pulls out a little flat panel and stuff, which says book pricing, rental or buying. Old world.
Old world stuff is not for sale. It's not even for renting.
Old world, it says basically just that and stuff, but if you get permission and stuff, you are allowed to take it out.
Or I kill you right here and no one ever knows.
Why are you doing this?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I know.
I'm pretty sure that if you said that for real in game, it'd be like that one scene in The Mummy where the guy's torch goes out and there's just a bunch of scarabs crawling out of everywhere.
Oh god.
When they crawl into your ear.
No. It would proceed to blow a whistle and stuff, and you just hear thud, thud, giant footsteps as one very large Weevil comes out, arms crossed, and it has a legit name tag on it which says Tiny.
And my
This is all theoretical because this is he said that as jest, right?
Yeah.
It was a jest. You were jesting.
This is all just joking as my 6'7" ass looks up at Tiny.
And then you got
I
Tiny.
think it was just like slowly just.
And then you got Tiny's.
Just a low rumble.
Then you got Tiny's
Let
big
me
brother.
do the low
who's
rumble.
actually
The
little.
low rumble sounds more like.
But then you got Tiny's big brother.
No, Daddy.
Who's little. I'm trying to say a thing that's probably gonna be funny, I swear.
No, Daddy, please. Not again.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. You're.
Okay.
Oh my.
Alright. Oh my god.
And then you have
Okay. Back to the whole like such and such thing. But it does kind of look around at least. It does kind of take.
No. This is all theoretical. He's never even showed up.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, the Weevil.
Yeah, the Weevil and stuff the whole time puts it back and stuff. Does kind of look at the piles and stuff, kind of deal. It proceeds to kick 2 cases your way. And on the ground and stuff. The 2 cases and stuff, it does kind of one of its like smaller arms and stuff does kind of hold its hand down and stuff, kind of the whole like
Pay up.
Fine. I'll toss a platinum his way.
It grabs it, sticks it in the back pocket, proceeds to pick up the thing and start cleaning up the mess. The 2 cases you get is basically the 2 ones and stuff for that aircraft, particularly for its weapons, guns, and flying.
Okay. Alright. Stuff in the jacket.
I mean, you paid for it. You don't gotta.
No, I illegally paid for it. There's a difference.
Oh, you bribed him.
I bribed a bug.
That's the new name of the song that we're gonna play at the beginning of the campaign. I bribed a bug.
I just wanted some scrolls, so I bribed a bug.
He bribed a bug. He bribed a bug.
The bug took my money.
And I got some top secret information.
All I wanted was the blueprints.
Guitar solo.
Why the fuck did this turn to fucking bluegrass?
That's exactly what it would be too. It couldn't be anything else. It has to be a like just a remorseful
cheesy
song
as
about having to
bluegrass.
bribe a bug.
Yeah.
Is this or is this
an aeroplane?
This is getting cut out.
I'm down.
No, this is a meme. No. This is fucking meme territory. This is fucking short. Okay, just saying. Yes, I bribed a bug.
Y'all done bribing bugs now, or can we get back to the story?
Okay,
Let's continue. Let's go to Estrella.
Okay, Derek, just saying the scene with
I
Tiny and I bribed a bug. Those are Kain clips for YouTube Shorts.
Maybe.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I
So-
just want to try and work through my issues and trauma. That's all I want out of life.
So, Estrella, as you are getting led to somewhere else and stuff, you get led through the city, seeing man deal, people are welcoming you, being greeting. Again, you gain more of that warm energy and stuff the city just seems to be oozing with. At least.
I'm not really in the mood. I don't feel worthy of welcome, but I manage to smile and give polite nods and thank yous, but I still feel guilty.
As you proceed to walk around, you proceed to get to maybe like a kind of like a, I don't want to say gutter, but maybe like kind of like a downtown area.
A slummy area.
Slight slummy. This entire place is very safe. It kind of has that slum feel to it. As you proceed, walk down to this orange building and stuff that kind of has these drapes, kind of covering it, and kind of has the whole like shop of some kind, but it's not like outright saying what it is.
Is this the glamour shop from The Wolf Among Us?
I do not know that.
You've never played Wolf Among Us?
It's good.
No.
It's a good game. Anyways, continue.
I was
Anyway.
so pissed that season 2 was canceled.
Me too.
Anyways, so as you walk into and stuff, the Weevil basically points to you, that, and then the building, and then does the whole gesture to like whole body.
Thank you. I'll try not to be too long. And
It gives you like a wave, like don't worry about it. Proceeds to wave and starts waddling back towards the library.
All right. I go inside and I start kind of looking around,
As you open,
drying my
the-
eyes.
as you open up at least, the door, you kind of hear a doorbell, like one of those little ching, as the door opens and closes. As you open up, and you see it's kind of almost like a slight witch's hut. There's like shit all over the place, kind of like strewn about. Bones here, jar of eyes there, some dried bits of something. Something on the wall there.
Tongue of dog.
Well, if that's
Eye of newt, tail of newt, rest of newt.
Eye of newt. Tail of newt. Toe of newt. Rest of newt.
It's just like the story said that it says hush.
Anyway, as you kind of look around and stuff,
Serious moment.
anyway, as you walk
But
into,
it reminds her of something happy.
Where's the owner of this place?
anyway, as you kind of are walking around, you do kind of start walking to, kind of like out of what looks like to be like a weird lobby area to what looks like to be a place where they have seats in front of mirrors, but they have like coverings over them. At least, as you kind of start looking around and stuff, you hear the sound of like slithering behind you. As all of a sudden, this massive Lamia comes from behind. This female Lamia comes from behind and says, "Oh, welcome to the patisserie. What can I do you for?"
During that, Estrella kind of mended as much as I was wondering if you might sell pendants used for disguises. Like, if one were to wear said pendant, their appearance would change entirely. Not permanently, mind you, but an illusion.
She wants a glamour.
Well, why would such a cute little thing, in such a cell, be near one of those? You run from someone.
Sort of. Let's just say I've done some very bad things, and I'm trying to
Atone, run away.
sort of, yes, to put it simply.
Well, in this particular patisserie and stuff, we do our best to remedy said situations. But you're gonna have to my partner, and he is a bit more suited for such a task and stuff. As she kind of like looks over his shoulder and stuff, and just goes with a very loud, "Honey, customer for you, one of your specials." And so, as you hear a very thick Southern-esque accent kind of, "Oh, I'm coming."
Coming! I'm coming!
No. More like, no. More like Southern sweetheart kind of thing.
Male or female?
Male. Ale, touch fruity.
Okay, let's hear your voice for it, Mr. DM. You backed yourself into a corner. We're not doing this one.
Anyways, as you see, again, I'm not gonna come with a race and stuff, but basically a horse race walks out and stuff. Wayne, anyway, walking around. Well, I hear you need my expertise.
Yes.
Horse race. Do you mean by a BoJack Horseman situation, or are we looking at a centaur?
More kind of BoJack Horseman, but not like outright humanoid shaped. Kind of like anthropomorphic horse. That'd be a good way to put it.
Horse furry.
And Estrella nods. Yes, I need a glamour, please, in the form of a pendant, preferably.
Oh, honey dear, my skills are significantly better than a glamour, and I can do you a favor. That would be a bit better than a glamour, and I believe you and me.
Well, I don't want it to be permanent. I just want it to be an illusion. That, like, I'm able to turn it off and on, as it were. That's what I'm kind of looking for, please.
Well, my skills are particularly good at hiding one's form with a completely new one. But most of my clients and stuff are fairly happy getting a new look, all the way around. I do have one thing in mind if you want to do the whole flip-flop between the two, but
She wants to do the Miley Cyrus thing or the Hannah Montana thing.
Hush. I'm open to whatever suggestions you have. Just my only condition is that I'm able to switch between the disguise and my actual appearance, please. I don't have a lot of money, but I'm willing to pay whatever price necessary, even if it
don't you worry about that little detail and stuff. First of all, I just need. I will be giving you a new look, but what I am thinking particularly for your interesting request, is linking you to a bit of a potion at least. My works, I have the ability to shift people's looks, adjusting their bodies to make them look how they see fit. I tend to have a good eye for what kind of form would suit them best. And so I help adjust them to such things. And besides the whole bodily adjustments, I also help out with hair, nails, and a whole bunch of other things.
Why do I get poor unfortunate souls vibes from this guy?
Oh my god.
I will literally get you the fucking ASMR video while I'm pulling this dude for him.
You don't need to.
I'm here to
no
help
weird ASMR stuff
those
for me,
poor
thanks.
unfortunate souls.
So, first, I just need to take some measurements. As he kind of grabs you daintily, like holds his hand down up and gently leads you into a small platform, very small, lightly raised platform and stuff, surrounded by like 3 large mirrors and stuff, where you can see your body in all directions.
Alright.
Now, don't mind this, as his tail. So, I forgot to describe the personality. He is wearing a very simple getup, kind of like a bit of a butler, kind of like a bartender, so a very simple vest, very colorful pants. And I will say this, he looks a little bit odd because his base fur color seems to be like a mixture of like white and light blue. At least like legit blue color. And I forgot one thing to mention, his tail is actually surprisingly large for a horse, and it's bright pink.
Is he a unicorn?
No, he is not. Again, I will shoot you the fucking video where I'm borrowing this guy from, okay?
Anyway, so Estrella is very good for modeling, and
Anyway, as he kind of starts looking around, at least his tail kind of breaks apart into almost like tendrils, in a sense, and kind of starts slightly.
He has tentacles.
It's not. His tail just has special abilities and help. It's a part of his craft. Okay, it helps with his work. As they are kind of taking measurements in a sense, kind of getting like rough wingspan and kind of anything.
And of course,
don't give me that fucking look. I'm the DM. I'm borrowing this character, and I'm giving my sis a solid solution. Yeesh.
Meanwhile, you have Estrella, who's just doing her best, being a good model as she gets her measurements, and she's definitely reflecting and thinking.
So, now then, due to this being a particular special quest, would you like me to go? Would you like me use my particular eye to kind of pick something that would fit you it rather well, or would you have something particular in mind you'd like me to shift you into?
I suppose I just ask that I would look a bit more discreet, a more muted harpy, as it were, more delicate colors, I suppose.
Quick question. The people you run from, I presume they know you're a bird?
They do.
If I could recommend...
They think I'm dead. At least they should, given I've had a very crazy evening, and I've seen things, and I've had someone... It's very complicated. I don't want to unload all my problems onto you, especially when they're mine, and I should be able to properly handle them.
First of all, honey, and I hear a bunch of sob stories all the time. I'm with my little patisserie here. Me and my partner have heard all of them at this point. Ain't nothing new under the sun. And to me, at least, if you want my 2 cents on it, sweetheart, you just need a stiff drink, ink, and some time to work out your troubles.
That's kind of why I came here, to try and work out my troubles. They're just being a bitch to wrangle.
I see. I don't typically do this with customers, but I think in this case it's needed. As the strands of his tail proceed to kind of rebundle up, but one of them kind of weaves off to a cabinet, proceeding to open it and pull out a bottle and 2 glasses from the cabinet as it proceeds to shut. As he kind of grabs you daintily by the hand and kind of leads you to a better looking lounge, at least than all the weird shit previously. So, I have 2 ears. I have 2, put simply, my ears are rather large and stuff, as he kind of gestures to his horse ears and stuff.
Bojack horse dude.
So please, feel free to tell me all those little troubles of yours. As he's like kind of setting you down, kind of doing this, his tails pop the cork and proceed to pour 2 glasses of what looks like to be maybe whiskey, but has an interesting tint to it.
And Estrella, not one to complain, she downs the glass in like a few gulps.
Kind of gives you a look. That bad, huh?
That's putting it very mildly.
Okay. Give me a second. Hey, honey, we're gonna be eating an extra big bottle of fun stuff. Think you know? Oh, from like a back room. Oh yeah, I can get that. Want me to join? Might as well. As you hear some bottles and stuff getting moved around, as you see the very large Lamia woman stuff proceeds to come in holding 2 giant jugs of alcohol.
Oh my.
And stuff. As she proceeds to like set them down on the coffee table and proceeds to kind of sit in her own oils. So, what's going on? And cuts away. To the next person. I'm gonna say the way everything is right now, I think it would be reasonable to say small time skip people group up at least.
I think Michaeleen would have received his
Yes.
studying material, and he would have met up with Abe. Though he does also have one more request for the Weevil.
I just thought of this. Could you perhaps find me where I could find me the spell healing word as well?
Signs again as translates to. She'll look into it.
Thank you.
At least. Signs over to Az and stuff. She proceeds to click back bug-wise as to the Weevil. A little bit clicking back and forth. Nod. Well, I already told you that you'll be staying in fuck, I forgot.
Azo?
Azo's room, at least. In the whole hotel room. He has a particular room set up for his friends who come by. And basically, basically the scroll or book, what they find and stuff, will be taken there and stuff. So if you get there sometime later and stuff, it'll either be there or sometime during the next day.
I'm gonna look at Michaeleen. So, what'd you find?
Some material to study, to learn some new spells.
Interesting.
And that's about it.
Well,
Rafiti wanted to bring me in a shard here to learn, but he could not teach us. He never got to.
well,
Abe?
I'm sure the books will make no substitute, but we still get to learn some of it.
Quick question, Michaeleen. Obviously, when the whole thing of setting your adoptive dad's son, they definitely brought you down dreary. But after the whole event, did your kind of thing kind of darken a bit more, in a sense?
Just a bit.
Okay. Then Abe, roll me a perception check.
Okay. I'm blind as a fucking bat.
He was kind of sad, and depressed and stuff when he got here. So you just assumed the whole thing is still kind of lingering on him.
All right then.
Anyway, as you guys proceed to start walking back towards the main thing, you end up bumping to Estrella, and she seems a bit happier, at least. And she's actually wearing, basically, her feathers have been cleaned up, doctored up, and she's basically had a full-on makeover, a little bit. Much cleaner, a little bit happier, and just ever so slightly on the drunk side of things.
You look like you're in a better mood.
I'm a lot of things at the moment. How is Michaeleen?
Well,
Estrella, I will not hold against you your circumstances. The people who took you in were not as kind as the people who took me in. And I will not hold that against you. But I will ask of you.
Please, can we save this when it's just the two of us, please?
Very well.
When we're alone, I will explain everything. I'm fairly buzzed. Besides, I wouldn't be able to explain everything properly anyway.
What time of day is it?
I'm gonna say it's kind of past midday. You guys did spend a few hours kind of in the libraries and various buildings. Sis, you spent at least an hour, if not like 2 hours, chilling with Sal and Cal. Sal being the snake lady and Cal being the horse. After you guys get done talking for a little bit, it proceeds to start guiding you to the hotel. Inn. There you go. One of a couple different inns and stuff that are within the town of Arathnika, and particularly the one that Azo typically hosts his guests. At least, this tavern and him have a very good deal set in place and very good partnership set up, and basically he has a personal kind of penthouse and stuff, or penthouse set up for his guests so that they are well accommodated. You guys enter the room, and the room itself is rather large. It has a main living room, kitchen attached to the main living room, and then about 4 separate bedrooms along with a bath.
So Estrella's still polishing off her glass. They made sure she left with her glass because she wasn't finished drinking it. So
yeah.
After
and to put simply, you have been decked out to the far heavens. So full new set of clothes, nails been done and cleaned, and along with talons, anyway, the talent. Speaking of talons and stuff, the feet have been washed and cleaned as well to look nice. Feathers have been pruned, picked, brushed, dusted, the full 9 yards, along with hair, makeup, and the literally full 9 yards. Like, you are decked up to go to a nice party if you wanted to tonight.
I have to draw her all gussied up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And for the makeup is simple but nice. Anyway. And to put simply, Lisa, I will say, Estrella did kind of gain a bit of a friendship and stuff with Sal and Cal. When you were there.
Is Azo here?
Azo is not here.
Abe's out. He's going to the forge.
Okay.
Oh. Right. As you do kind of go...
We'll just say that Eiko is just sleeping.
Yeah.
With the CPAP machine on.
Yeah, no, when you guys walk in, you can actually find him, sitting on, the couch, kind of conked out.
Does he have a CPAP machine on?
And a catheter.
Keep in mind, next session, he has to pass that kidney stone.
I freaking hate that you guys keep such a hard track on that shit.
We want the fucking gems.
He's an infinite money glitch.
Oh my god.
We just need to keep feeding him Pepsis.
You don't know what the fuck Pepsi is!
I can make it. I will make a concoction.
We need to keep giving him Shastas.
No, I'm just gonna create something specifically to make kidney stones. It will give you kidney stones.
Don't be mean to the elephant dragon. How would you like it if I made you have kidney stones all the time?
Look, thankfully, I don't have the parts necessary for kidney stones.
But what if I gave you the parts to have kidney stones and then gave you kidney stones? How would you feel if I just constantly made you have kidney stones?
Look, Ma, I'm a real boy.
Bioengineer?
Anyways.
Let's continue.
Anyway, back to the campaign in 3, 2, 1.
So, Abe, as you proceed to try to bolt out the door to the thing, you do feel all 4 of Azzy's arms kind of wrap around your arm and something. Wait, please.
Oh shit.
Hazel told me specifically and stuff to bring you guys here and stuff to get food in you first, and he would give you guys a personal tour of his forge when he gets in. And so please eat something. Please eat. As she lets go of her two lower arms and proceeds to clap as a couple servants and stuff, various races, rather good looking, walk in with trays of food and set them out on the coffee table.
I'm just gonna casually.
How many of these are half breeds who look very much like humans but with animalistic parts?
I'm gonna say 6 altogether, and most of them are half breeds. Only one of them is a full breed, and she is a lizard folk.
You're just gonna see Abe hand on the door, freeze, turn, and look back at the food.
The smells are rather alluring to you right now. Roll me a wisdom save. Hey, oh shit! I forgot about that.
The steam from the pie on the windowsill going into his nose and being like, "Come here."
I rolled an 8, so I'm pretty sure I'm passing.
Yeah, the food kind of grabs your non-existent nose. Also, these and kind of.
Does he start floating mid-air?
As you kind of walk over, kind of sit yourself down with a hearty thud, cross-legged. As you look in front of you, you see a massive spreads from cheeses, nuts, dried fruits to roasted meats.
Teriyaki chicken and rice.
Yes. You do find
teriyaki chicken.
You do see kebabs, or basically roasted fish, lizard, and snake.
There's some shawarma slowly turning, and there's one of the guys cutting off bits in the corner.
Nah, but put it this way: there's more so a plate of shredded shawarma, a plate of flatbread, things of that nature, and very much Middle Eastern, European, things of that nature, with a few things imported in at least.
You guys better get some of this before I stop myself from eating it all.
One more will save.
No, Estrella goes to get
19.
You barely succeed to will yourself. You kind of are just sitting there, and you feel you think it might be oil or something dripping from your mouth.
God, I'm salivating.
Estrella gets.
Question: has his face sort of melded into being sort of semi-rubbery, silicone humanoid face?
I'm gonna take this over. Michaeleen, you didn't really notice it before, but Abe has a new helmet on.
Abe, what happened to your face?
What do you mean?
What?
Why are you trying to copy what my accent is?
Didn't mean to do that, but okay.
Okay.
Well, you look...
There's no face on the mask, by the way. It's completely flat.
You look, featureless.
Oh. Yeah, that's kind of the point at the moment.
So,
how do you eat without a mouth?
I mean, it's not my head. It's just a helmet. I'll just lift. I'm gonna show just Michaeleen this, and I'm gonna take off the lower part of it, and you can just see a mixture of robotic and organic, with organic teeth and robotic components connecting them together.
And I will say this, the bottom of the helmet basically kind of split open.
Do I have to make a roll to see if I throw up or something?
Sure, maybe a con check. DC 15.
Con check, DC 15.
You just basically see it go.
basically, if you've ever seen RoboCop, like
Pretty
RoboCop
much.
2, where the guy comes out
Or he whips his,
and he rips
the
off his
mask
face and it's like a human skull underneath that screams before he falls over dead.
Yeah.
My constitution is a +3. I need a DC 15 to not hurl up my guts. That is an 11 +3. That's a 14. I just barely don't make it.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you a deal. You kind of puke and stuff, but it kind of drips in your hand a little bit as you see that blend of mechanical and technological together.
And the mask is just gonna close back up. Jeez, thanks a lot.
I'm sorry.
My self-esteem is skyrocketing
I'm sorry.
right now.
I did not mean to.
Estrella looks at. Estrella looks at him and she says, "I think you look fine." And she's already.
No. He specifically showed Michaeleen it, so your character wouldn't know. So you just kind of see him turn away a little bit.
Trying not to show anyone else right now.
Yeah, you
Meanwhile,
did specifically
Estrella's already
after the servants left.
Meanwhile, Estrella's already filled 2 plates, and she gives one to Michaeleen and one to Abe.
I'm gonna roll one more time to see if Michaeleen can even stomach food at the moment. What's the DC check?
The same.
Oh, jeez.
Now you understand.
And I just barely got a 15.
You can eat food and stuff, but it's like just that mental image of the teeth.
Every time he closes his eyes, it's just like, boom, there.
Boom, there. You haven't even seen the full face yet.
I thought he was fully mechanical, but he's literally growing organic shit in him.
Yep.
But that's actually something you guys haven't checked in a while. Is
his soul?
Yeah, you haven't
checked his soul in a long ass time. Oh my god. I'm gonna get out my seeing stone really quickly. Though the seeing stone sees invisible fae where they should not be seen. So he's going to specifically point it at his chest and look only through it at his chest, so to avoid any sort of fae creatures that may be among them. My roll for that is a 19.
Okay, then with a roll of 19.
You're using that seeing stone again, aren't you?
Yeah, you see him pull it out again. You look at the soul, and you actually see that the flame itself went from like a small candle and actually has gone a bit bigger now. I'm gonna say solidly the size of maybe a small plum in size. It's
so like
bigger.
A pilot light in a stovetop. It's bigger than a candle flame.
Yes, I would say that. It's much bigger now. Good. And the mycelium and stuff that was branching out, there's lots more of that now, and it's a bit more visible, kind of going out maybe for a solid like 8 inches now that it's visible. But one thing you kind of notice is that there are some of them that look a bit bigger and a bit, I'm gonna say girthier, since that's the word that popped into mind, at least. But they actually look more like that. And the flame itself, I'm gonna say the flame is bigger, but also kind of has a bit more of a shape of like a very, like it's trying to take the shape of a heart, but can't. But it is kind of pulsating from what you can see.
Undertale.
Yes.
So, what do you see?
That's basically what you see.
The flame, which I'm guessing is your soul, has grown, and the mycelium veins attached to it have gotten thicker and spread out more.
He's gonna hand the seeing stone over to Abe, and he's going to give him a fair warning.
Fair warning, don't look around with that. There may be fey creatures in here that don't really want to be seen. They can get quite violent, and I don't know if I'll be able to soothe them or not.
Understandable.
Proceeds to look around.
I'm just gonna like hold it up and look at just my palm and see if I can see anything there.
Okay. You see, for your palm at least, you see what looks like to be white veins, kind of like wrapped, like dead center to your palm, and kind of like are branching, wrapping all over your hand as you kind of look down your arm. And you see they're kind of like interlaced with the arm, kind of dipping in and out. As you kind of start looking at your body, and you look at your chest, and you can see the exact same thing.
But does he see the flame on his chest?
Yeah, he does see the flame,
Okay.
at least.
Can I explain, like, based on what I would, like, my parents' research?
Sure.
I just like looking through it. Okay. So we've got a spectral source. And the fragments are extending outwards.
As he's looking
Smelling
around,
building a
he should make a percentile roll to see if he sees any fey creatures.
Yeah, because I'm just casually looking around my whole
just
body.
casually looking around himself.
Okay,
completely foregoing Michaeleen's warning.
There was a warning.
Roaming percentile chance.
81.
Yeah, fuck it. Okay. As you kind of like whipping it around constantly, you do notice like something for a briefest of seconds so that kind of catches your attention other than just looking at your body. At least you kind of whip back towards it, and you see this little blue creature. It has 4 little spindly legs that go to sharp points, walking around. It has 2 wings on its back that seem to be fairly big enough for it to fly with, but also look tattered, and its head looks round with its like 2 little arms up kind of curled to its chest as it kind of like looks around, kind of scuttling from one point to another.
Nope.
At least. You have to finish it.
Nope.
It
I'm just gonna see it and be like, oh, I see. So that's what you meant.
The what? Wait.
Michaeleen was kind of busy eating it while he was inspecting himself.
You weren't looking around, were you?
Well, I mean, I was looking at my body and my arm, and I caught a glimpse of blue something, and it
Did it see you see it?
I don't know. It had like 4 legs, like spindly wings, and a grotesque head.
How grotesque was its head, and what shape was it in? I'm curious.
Abe, roll. Abe. Not fucking. Everyone roll me. What's everyone's passive perception?
My passive perception is 16.
Mine is 13.
12. Mine's 12.
Michaeleen, you're the first one to pick up on this, and then the others pick up on it. Well, Dylan, you hear wings flapping.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Michaeleen is going to get up, grab his caval off of his hip, and say something in Sylvan.
Uta ifiro sorvate nile coveda antero.
And BS translation. Be calm. He knows not what he did. He is sorry. Be calm.
Abe, all of a sudden you feel something just hit into your arm, like. So have you ever been hit in the arm with like a softball or something, or like have been hit by a softball or something like that nature?
Yes. I've been hit with things a lot harder, but yes.
Okay, you get the idea. And stuff.
Yeah.
Firm hit into the arm and stuff. You suddenly feel a piercing, sharp pain as you feel something tearing into you, like biting and eating you. It stings and hurts.
Son of a bitch, what the fuck is going on?
As you try to brush your hand on it and stuff, you feel whatever is on it. You feel something is there, but then you see you feel something kind of grab onto your hand and begin chewing on your pinky finger.
Does Michaeleen's playing and/or words of Sylvan do anything? Like, do I go to roll to see if that helps?
No. Do you have your Seeing Stone?
I do not have the Seeing Stone. Abe still has the Seeing Stone.
Abe, are you looking through the Seeing Stone right now?
No.
He noped right out of it as soon as he got a glimpse of it.
Yeah.
Actually, I will have said that I've probably dropped it.
Okay, Michaeleen's going to...
Okay. I'm rolling percentile and stuff. Michaeleen. Odd, even.
Odd.
Okay. Pray this is low.
Low.
64.
Fuck.
When you let go of the stone and stuff, I'm gonna say you kind of noped out of it, but the second when the thing nailed you into your upper bicep area, you dropped it out of response. It hit the ground and breaks.
God damn it.
And as this thing is still turning into
Seeing Stone again.
As you feel this thing still turning into you and stuff, do you want to try grabbing it? Because this thing's currently chewing on your hand. If you don't do anything, you're going to be losing fingers.
Quickly turn your hand into a sword as it's chewing on it so it just gets bisected.
No. It's Faye, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Abe's mostly made of iron. Cold iron.
Mm-hmm. And it's on my hand, right?
Yes.
Okay. Everyone's gonna see my hand burst into flames.
And I'm gonna say that's gonna be enough. When the flames burst on, what was originally there was something originally veiled, but the flames kind of engulf it, revealing its form, and it kind of drops its invisibility. That was doing, revealing this burning form of spore spindly legs. Its head is actually kind of opening up to where its mouth is over 80 degrees, to the point where you can see row upon row of sharp little teeth and stuff that it was using to rip and tear.
I'm just gonna pull out both my guns and fire it in this thing multiple times.
No, it was kind of holding a deal, but it kind of falls off and stuff as it kind of hits the ground, kind of convulsing, and then just as it turns to ash on the spot.
So,
Quick question, Michaeleen, would you have know of fey creatures at all? Studying of them?
He grew up with a dryad for a mother. Okay. So I'm pretty sure she would have told him about fey creatures, how to deal with them, and how to appease and or get them.
I am going to say this. I'm going to say this at least. If you immediately identify once its form is revealed, that was a tooth fairy. A blue tooth fairy. Tooth fairy. Blue tooth fairies are dangerous, flesh-eating sprites. It's meant to consume organic matter.
Shouldn't tooth fairies be after just your bones, though, specifically your teeth? They're a smaller and less hostile form of the much more hostile bone fairy.
not this variation, but tooth fairies do particularly love teeth. That's like one of the first things they kind of go for, and typically, like if you find one by itself, 9 times out of 10 it's by itself. But tooth fairies such as that are meant to are dangerous because they are herd animals or sprites.
You just had to look around, didn't you?
I didn't fucking mean to.
Okay, you point the thing where you want to look into it, and then you look into it, and then take your face away from it. Then you bring it to a different place, and then look through it then. You don't have it in front of your eye like this.
Well, hindsight is fucking 20/20, isn't it?
That was a tooth fairy. A
Bluetooth fairy.
A Bluetooth fairy, to be exact. They usually are pack animals, but this one seems to have been either alone or away from its pack. Pray to whatever deity that you specifically worship. This thing was alone. Because you killed it.
Was I just supposed to let it eat my fucking hand?
You were supposed... I was in the middle of trying to calm it down and get it to leave. Did you not see this?
Yes, I saw it. I also felt the damn thing eating through my fucking hand.
Okay. Okay. 2 things. A, Michaeleen, roll me a nature check, at least.
Fuck.
Yep. One nature check coming right up.
And then, Dare, I want you to roll me a perception check on your hand.
Oh, okay.
That's a 13 plus my 3 in nature, so that's a dirty 16.
That is
okay.
A natural 20 as well.
Okay. Dirty 20?
Yeah, dirty 20.
Dirty 20, thank you. Okay, so then, I'll start with Michaeleen. Michaeleen, with your nature cholic and stuff, you start looking, you okay. With your knowledge and stuff, you start start going through the house, putting measures in place,
salt on the windowsills.
Things of that nature.
He's putting iron under the door. He's putting toadstools outside of the building to try and preoccupy them.
Along with that, as you look around, you're all looking for additional signs, at least. You do call. I say you would call upon the aid of one spirit. It looks around for you and gathers some information. While it's doing that, I'm gonna go to that. You look at your hand and the wound on your shoulder as well, because it tore into your upper bicep a little bit, ripping out bits and pieces. He says, both of them still hurt, but you feel the pain begin to numb over the course of 15-20 minutes. And you see particularly your hand, that it basically chewed through the bottom end of your palm, and nearly was about to take your pinky off at the joint. But you see the chunk it chew out is physically moving and like regrowing and connecting. And stuff like re-solidifying the area.
I was pretty sure I'd have to build a new hand, but it looks like it's fucking doing itself.
That's pretty much how the body works. It heals itself over time.
Yeah, but does it do it this quickly normally? And especially for a metal body?
No. Basically your hand is kind of like a crab in the most. So basically, metal shell on the outside, ooey gooey center on the middle. with some metal.
It's not that severe yet, but yeah.
Not that severe.
It's like cybernetic stuff with gooey stuff coming out of it.
Yeah. That's healing abnormally quick, and it's rebuilding the metal. What the fuck am I?
Well, as you're looking at it, it's actually kind of like so. For like the outer layers and stuff, the metal is kind of like bits and pieces of like the form are kind of getting lifted up and like shimmied over there. So it's kind of like using what it has available to it. At least, while the biomass is getting thing, you actually notice that you are kind of hungry now. And you know what?
Well, Estrella already made it, so.
So, I will say this.
You're welcome.
Okay. Michaeleen, this little sprite you called upon, it comes back and basically says, no thing, it was an odd one. Along with that, it kind of walks over to the ash pile and kind of picks up this very tiny little gem from the ash.
Gem?
At least. Very tiny. Walks over, kind of walks over and kind of flutters onto your open palm and just kind of drops it there, and then proceeds to basically take its leave and leave after completing the deal you had with it.
I hate to be that person, but it's 11:30 and I have work tomorrow.
Okay, night, sis.
Well, I don't. Can we hang it up? I want because I want to.
Yeah, we're just wrapping it up
here.
Alright.
Okay, did you want to see the intro before you go?
Sure.
Okay, let me end the recording.
Hold on. Before we end the recording, outro.
Oh, yeah, let's do an outro.
Thank you for joining us on this adventure.
Thank you very much.
It was certainly something. We'll see you next week.
See you next week on Artifacts of the Past.
Relics.
It's Relics!
Relics! I'm sorry!
Relics of the past. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.